Testing, 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 testing. Think it's going to be fun. Welcome to another edition of me. I don't know if that ain't even live. What the heck? I was about to say, like, what the heck's going on? Definitely wasn't accurate. Anyway, you have to just bear with me here while I finish up all this junk. Dr. Delay, blah, 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 blah. That's good. All right. We are going live. All right. Now I'm good. Welcome to another edition of me calling random games. I am Dr. Delay, and tonight's game I have the Padres and the Giants facing off. It's a battle of NL West. I would say some of the better teams in the NL West, some of the better teams in the NL. As we can go ahead and look here, you're probably not going to. Well, yeah, there you go. Looking at the NL Central standings, the Cubs at 17 and 12. The Reds at 16 and 13, the Brewers 14 and 15, the Cardinals 12 and 17, and the Pirates. My Pirates are 11 and 18, just horrible, and they are down by so much to the Cubs right now. It's ridiculous. In the NL East, the Mets 20 and 9, the Phillies 15 and 13, the Braves 13 and 15, the Nationals 13 and 16, and the Marlins are 12 and 16. In the NL West, we have the Dodgers at 19 and 10. The Giants are also at 19 and 10. The Padres a game and a half back at 17 and 11. Diamondbacks 15 and 13, and the Colorado Rockies. This is some legendary stuff here that we are witnessing. 4 and 24. I mean, I don't know if I could even try to do that in MLB The Show, but looks like they're doing it in real life. In the AL East, the Yankees at 17 and 12, the Red Sox at 16 and 14, the Rays at 14 and 14, the Blue Jays at 13 and 15, and the Orioles at 11 and 17. Not off to a great start there for the Orioles. In the AL Central, we have the Tigers leading with an 18 and 11 record, the Guardians 15 and 13, the Royals 14 and 15, the Twins 13 and 16, and the White Sox, believe it or not, they're not the worst team. And again, as we talked about the Rockies, they are 7 and 21. And finally, in the AL West, the Mariners 16 and 12, the Astros 15 and 13, the formerly known as the Oakland Athletics 15 and 14, the Rangers 15 and 14, and the Angels at 12 and 15. So we're just a few minutes left till game time, as we're just kind of waiting to see how this game's going to go. Again, it's my first time covering these two teams for the season. Would have covered my Pirates, but you know I got off work a little later than expected. So that brings me to you guys, and if you guys are first-time visitors, hey, subscribe. Why? Well, it's free for one. It's not going to cost you any money, but I call a bunch of random baseball games. That's the sport going on now. So if you just like random baseball games, hopefully you find me somewhat entertaining, that's why you're here, or you're here for your teams respectively, but if you can't watch the game, I got you covered. I pretty much, again, whenever I'm free and whenever I'm off, I will be here broadcasting random baseball games. Most of the time it's the Pirates, but if I get any requests, I will gladly do your game. As again, we're just, they are warming up there, the Padres doing their drills, awaiting again this NL West matchup. It's should be a good one. I expect a good game. Again, quality of teams here. I may try. I don't know if any Giants fans here. I am the biggest John Miller fan. So if you guys could tell me what radio station he'd be on, I'm going to just switch back and forth actually. Okay, that's not him. Oh, I wasn't, let's see here. That is Spanish. So maybe I jumped the gun there on KNBR. Is John Miller retired? I don't hear him. Maybe he's just... I don't know. If any Giants fans here, let me know. I'd be devastated if that were the case. He is just fantastic. John Miller is definitely my favorite broadcaster when it comes to baseball. Him and Greg Brown for Pittsburgh. Greg Brown does a great job. Just you will never hear about Greg Brown as, you know, he's in Pittsburgh. All right, so that's going to bring up Mike Yastrzemski here. He's batting .277. Hey, Luis Marquez, how's it going? I remember you. Yep, I got another baseball game. Couldn't do my Pirates, so here we are doing the Giants and Padres. Here's the first pitch. That's going to be a called strike. Yastrzemski again batting .277. OPS of .888. As I try to get my groove here. Pivetta sets and pitches. Yastrzemski sends this to left, and it is caught by Jason Hayward for out number 1. Again, we got a nice battle here. Again, the Giants, 19-10. They're tied for first place in the NL West. San Diego not too far behind them, 17-11. I myself, again, I'm a Pirates fan. You can see that here, Pittsburgh. You're a Padres. Am I thinking of the right Luis? I thought you were. If this is the first time interacting with you, I'm sorry. I thought you were a Mariners fan, but maybe. Anyway, first pitch there, called strike. So maybe I interacted with the wrong. I'm sorry. I thought I recognized the name. Willie Adames batting in there. Here's the 1-0, and that one is fouled back. Anyway, Luis, how's it going? Thank you for stopping by. I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's the right one. Maybe you're the right guy I'm thinking of. But maybe not. Again, I just guess everyone has similar names. 1-1 count here from Pivetta. Here's the pitch. And Adames fouls this one back. Again, hey, don't be shy. Comment down below. I read the chat. You know, there's an advantage of me not being popular, which, you know, again, I would ask if you do you enjoy this type of content. To subscribe, I call as many games as I can. Of course, I'm working. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be high ball 2. But, you know, just any support, I greatly appreciate it. I just crossed 100 subscribers. I'm very thankful for that. Yeah, it's me. I like Mariners, but Padres is weird. Okay. See, I do remember you. Inside ball 3, Padres. Yeah, no, there's a lot to like about the Padres. You know, I'm not trying to steer anybody away here, you know, if you're a Dodgers fan or whatnot, but I don't know. I prefer the Padres in this little rivalry. Adames, that's going to be a pop-up there to first base. Arias, he caught it and then dropped it, but that is a catch. And, of course, I do like the Giants. I've always just felt – I don't really like them. Again, I'm a Pirates fan, but just – preference over the Dodgers. I would say these two teams would be teams I'd cheer for. Here's Jung-Hoo Lee, 324 batting average, on base at 383, slugging 546, 3 home runs on the season, and I believe that was 13 RBIs, could have been 16, I don't recall. That first pitch is in there, called strike. But yeah, no, again, these two teams are teams I would love to see take out the Dodgers. Again, I'm not hating on the Dodgers. I mean, good for you guys, but I get a little sick of them. There's a fly ball to left. It's shallow, and Machado makes a nice running catch for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down here for the Giants as we head to the bottom of the first. Your score is still 0-0. Again, feel free to comment down below. Just chat about whatever. We're all sports fans here. That's why I'm doing this. I mean, I'd be watching a sports game regardless, or just, you know, another show. But I figure if I'm watching sports, I might as well do what I somewhat do for a living here in this local market here in Texas. All right, Brewers, White Sox. Brewers up 5-2 over the White Sox at the bottom of the 7th. Rangers up 4-0 over the Athletics in the top of the 6th. The Tigers over the Astros right now 2-0 as they head to the bottom of the 6th. The Braves up 6-1 over the Rockies in the top of the 5th. The Twins and Guardians, they are 0-0 in the bottom of the 2nd. Angels, Mariners 0-0 in the top of the 1st. And then, of course, this game is going on now. Marlins, Dodgers yet to go underway. Yankees defeated the Orioles today 15-3. The Royals defeating the Rays 3-1. Red Sox over the Blue Jays 10-2. Mets over the D-backs 8-3. Did I see the Pirates? Did that one just end? Oh wait, no, the Pirates. My Pirates down 9-0 in the bottom of the 9th. Yeah, they look fantastic. And the Nationals losing to the Phillies today 7-6. Nick Pivetta is a beast. Yes, I agree with that statement. Again, if you like baseball, you just like sports in general, this is the channel for you. I suggest you hit that subscribe button. And if you're wondering, I don't know. I just don't know. My budget's kind of low. Well, again, it's free. I made sure of it. You don't have to pay me a dime. All you got to do is just hit that subscribe button. You don't want to see me one day? Fine. You find me annoying, just scroll on down. You can watch another YouTube video. It's cool with me. All right, Fernando Tatis is here. He's leading off for the Padres. Here's the pitch from Webb, and that's going to be outside, ball 1. Fernando Tatis batting .346, OPS of 1,000. I mean, he is crushing the ball right now. That's going to be outside, strike 1. So he got a little bit of a call there. 1-1 count as Tatis. Actually, no, we have a pitch problem, so not necessarily asking for time. Yeah, if there are any Giants fans here, let me know what's going on with John Miller. John Miller is one of my favorite baseball broadcaster, really. That's going to be a low ball, too. That way I can listen to him. I'd rather listen to him even if he's behind. I mean, I'm not really listening to the guys anyway. I just do like the... That's the one negative thing about this is that I can't have the crowd. Here's the 2-1. Tatis fouls this one back. I'd love to just... If I can just put the audio of the game, like that'd be so cool. Just the crowd. That'd be cool. If anyone could let me know the workaround there, I would gladly take your advice. Logan Webb, again, he's the pitcher for the Giants. 3-1, 1.98 ERA. That's going to be low. Strike 3. Oh, a delayed call on a pitch that was, I would say, below the knees. So Tatis goes down looking, and that'll bring up Luis Arias. He is, I would say, an old school player, a batting average guy, kind of my type of thing, in the 2000s. Here's the first pitch there to Arias that's going to be fouled off. What I mean by that is, again, like in the 2000s when I grew up watching baseball, like a lot of guys batting 300, not as much power. Reminds me of a second baseman the Pirates had, Freddie Sanchez. Yeah, they're both Hispanic, but also hit for average. There's going to be a ground ball right back up to Webb, and he's just going to toss it for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down here for the Padres, and that's going to bring up Manny Machado. Machado is batting .272, OPS of 760 on the year. Webb delivers, and that's going to be low and away for ball 1. Machado apparently is 11 for 32 in his career against Webb. Again, as I mentioned, .272 batting average, on base .333, slugging .427, 2 home runs, and 11 RBIs. Webb delivers, and Machado shoots this one towards the gap in center and right. He's going to just actually stay at first because he got on it in a hurry out and right and was able to throw it in pretty quickly. So a 2-out single there for the Padres. Sends it the right way. Yeah, very nice And that's going to bring up Sheets here. I believe if it's a Gavin Sheets. Again, I do apologize. I'm not going to recognize everybody. Gavin Sheets, that's going to be just below the zone there, ball 1. Again, don't be a stranger. You can comment down below. Just chat about whatever. Again, talk about baseball. And I'm a big football fan. That's really my main sport. Talk about whatever you like. I do read all comments. That's going to be inside ball 2. 2-0 count here to Sheets. Kaiser saying subscribe. Thank you for the promotion there. Appreciate that. 2-0 count to Sheets. Runner on first. That's going to be inside ball 3. 3-0 count here to Gavin Sheets, batting .275 on the year. OPS of 752. Webb looking at first and sets and delivers. That's going to be in there, strike 1. 3-1 count to Sheets. Again, he's batting .275 on the year. Solid. Here's the 3-1. That's going to be low in the dirt. Ball 4. So 2 out base runners here for San Diego. Looking to put a little rally here together. And that's going to bring up Xander Bogaerts, batting .242 on the year. OPS of 662. I would say it's a little bit below than what you'd expect for him with what he's done in his career. No home runs, 5 RBIs on the year. Runners on first and second. Webb looks at Machado and delivers for a called strike. Again, the Giants, they're tied with the Dodgers for first. So, hey, I mean, obviously it's only the first month, but a win here and a Dodgers loss. We got a ground ball up the middle. Machado is rounding third, heading for home. He throws to third, actually. He's safe at third. Machado safe at home. That is a 2-out RBI for Xander Bogaerts. And the Padres will lead 1-0. It's like a pitch high and in there. Bogaerts able to just send it right back where it came from. So, again, 2 runners on here in scoring position for the Padres, and that's going to bring up Iglesias, batting .281, OPS of 687. Here's the pitch. Iglesias sends this one. This is going to fall in the gap. 1 run will score, and another one will score. Xander now across after he just was at the plate. And the Padres lead 3-0 over the Giants. So they're getting after Webb early. Webb has been a pretty solid pitcher. He was 3-1, 1.98 ERA. Now he's at a 2.68, obviously because they're scoring runs on him right now. Now up to the plate is Wade. I'm not familiar with him. He's batting .290, OPS of 808. Tyler Wade. Okay, I recognize that in Diamond Dynasty. I do apologize. Again, I'm not the most diehard baseball fan, but I've watched a good amount in my life. That's .290 on base of 421. Jeez, here's the 0-1. And Wade sends this to left, and this is going to drop. So the Padres, they're continuing to rack up hits here with 2 outs. And look, that commentator just copied me. This is all after 2 outs. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm just better, I guess, at commentating. And we're going to have a mound visit here. You don't want to yank him, obviously, in the first. So they're just going to talk to him, see what's going on. He's probably just like, look, I was fine to start it off. They're just hitting everything. As that's 4 hits here in the bottom of the first. That will bring up Jason Hayward. He's batting .190, 548. They're still at the mound visit. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Again, I call random games. And again, you can recommend games too. Don't be a stranger. if I'm able to call that game, if I'm not working that day, or I'm off work, or I work later that day and it's early, let me know. I'll give it a shot. And my family's all good. I will call the game, and Webb is going to deliver as Hayward called for time very late. Webb does not look happy. All right, we are set now. Runner on first and second. That's going to be a curveball inside, ball one. Or a sweeper. I guess it was a slurve. The slurve is now the sweeper. I'm trying to, understand that now. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be, nice two-seam there in for a called strike. Or a sinker. Again, they have a similar movement. The sinker does sink more, obviously. I'll just say fastball. We're not going to... I won't make myself look dumb. You guys will figure that out. I'm dumb, I guess. Here's the 1-1. There's another sinker in there. Strike two. Watch this one be a two-seam. Oh, no, it's sinker. Tough pitches back-to-back to Hayward. Here is the 1-2. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. He struck him out. So Webb started off strong here in the bottom of the first, but the Padres able to get some hits together and bring home 3 as we head to the top of the second. Your score, 3-0. Padres leading. All right. Some scoring updates from around the nation. Brewers up 5-2 over the White Sox in the top of the 8th. The Rangers up 4-0 over the Athletics in the bottom of the 6th. Tigers up 2-1 over the Astros in the bottom of the 6th. The Braves are up 6-1 over the Rockies in the top of the 6th. Twins, Guardians, they are at 0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Angels, Mariners just now starting, again 0-0 there. Marlins, Dodgers getting underway in about 15 minutes. The Yankees crushing the Orioles today 15-3. Royals over the Rays 3-1. Red Sox over the Blue Jays 10-2. Mets over the D-backs 8-3. Again, the Cubs beat my Pirates 9-0 today, and the Phillies over the Nationals 7-6. I guess I shouldn't say across the nation. I guess Toronto isn't technically part of this nation, so I should say just around the league. That makes more sense. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. I will call as many games as I possibly can. I'm just trying to see what happens here with this channel. It'd be cool to hit the goals that I have. Again, I'm ready for football season, so if you're a football fan, definitely hit that subscribe button. This is that is more of my baby. But I'll gladly do baseball all the way till the playoffs are over. I'd say, I'm gonna start. I mean, the football is only on the weekend, so Monday through Friday, if I have the chance, I'm definitely going to be calling games. So don't think I'm just going to abandon you. No, I will gladly, again, started my channel off with baseball. I'm going to continue to do it. Here's the first pitch to Chapman, and that's going to be outside ball one. Matt Chapman batting .214 on the year. OPS of 7. I got to add that up. 767. That pitch is in there, called strike. Chapman 5 for 25 against Pavetta lifetime. Thank you for that stat. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be high. Ball 2. 2-1 count. Kind of a quiet crowd, or else the crowd mic ain't really doing that well. I don't know. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be in the dirt, ball 3. I don't know if they have the crowd mic high or not. Or low. I mean, I'm assuming it is. I barely hear a thing. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss. He didn't do nothing. I don't know. Just ignore that. Ignore the last 10 seconds. 3-2. 3-2 count. Full count. Here's the 3-2. Chapman gets under it. Bogarts is also under it and makes the catch for out number 1. Pavetta averaging 4 pitches per batter. That'll get you some innings. That's going to bring up Glaber. No. Wilmer Flores. Remember him with the Mets. Oh, man, I remember he was that trade that never went through. He was crying. That's a curveball in there, strike one. I remember that. It's batting .248 on the year, .758 OPS. 0-1 count. That's going to be high, ball one. Again, don't be a stranger. Feel free to comment down below. I'm down to chat sports with you. I'll call the game as well. I'm not going to get distracted. I've already gone through trial and error what I can do here. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be apparently away for 2-1. That should have caught in the zone. I mean, again, that the little rectangle there isn't going to be completely accurate, but that looked pretty good. Here's the 2-1. That one's going to be fouled back. 2-2 count here to Flores. Here is the pitch. That's going to be away. Ball three. If you're just joining us again, the Padres scoring 3 in the bottom of the first, just after 2 outs. All of that after 2 outs to take a 3-0 advantage. Here's the payoff, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Had to make him work a little bit compared to the other at-bats, but he still gets the K. That's going to bring up Ramos here. He's batting .246, OPS of .696. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a called strike. 0-1 count. Ramos has 3 home runs on the year, 10 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. That one's going to be just low for ball one. Pavetta kind of working fast now, or at least getting set ready, or like really fast. Now I guess slows it down a little bit. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be fouled off the catcher. 1-2 count here. As Pavetta looks to go 1-2-3 again. Don't want to jinx it or anything. Here is the 1-2. And he just gets a piece of that one. That's fouled off. I'm a little bit out of the zone there. A good bit out of the zone, honestly. I don't think that StatCast does it any justice there. Pavetta shaking off the side, sets, and delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Pavetta starting off the game really well, as he hasn't allowed anything yet. As we head to the bottom of the second, your score, Padres 3, Giants 0. All right, let's see what we got here. Brewers up 7-2 over the White Sox in the top of the 8th. The Rangers up 8-0 over the Athletics in the bottom of the 6th. The Astros up 3-2 over the Tigers as they head to the 7th. Padres, Rockies 7-1 in the bottom of the 6th. The Guardians over the Twins right now, 1-0 as they head to the 4th. Angels, Mariners 0-0 in the top of the 2nd. And that is all for now. Yankees defeated the Orioles 15-3. The Royals beat the Rays 3-1. Red Sox over the Blue Jays 10-2. Mets over the D-backs 8-3. The Cubs over my Pirates 9-0. Just a pathetic year, I think it's going to be for the Pirates. And the Phillies over the Nationals 7-6. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. I do call as many games as possibly can. If I'm not working and my family's all good, I will be in front of this screen calling a game for you. Again, I do baseball. I did do college basketball. That was pretty fun. I'll do that again next year. And the football season, again, that's coming up in late August. I will be ready for that one. that season. Just football and college. I will be doing both of that. So I'm excited. Hopefully we can hit the goals. Again, I appreciate everyone that does subscribe, everyone that does tune in. It's really great that you do. You choose me for your entertainment for the next few hours. Obviously, you have your favorite teams, but you can definitely go elsewhere, and I appreciate you sticking with me for I guess for the next 2.5 hours. All right, the Padres look to pick up where they left off. It's gonna bring up Diaz here, batting 167, OPS of 536. Here's the pitch. Diaz sends this right, and that's going to be fouled, a foul ball. Not some good stats here if you're a Padres fan. Diaz, 1 for 22 against Webb. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. But again, his batting average is already 167, so I guess you don't really expect much from him at the plate. 1 for 22. Only struck out 5 times, though, for those 22 at-bats. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be outside, ball 1. Webb again. He started off great. First 2 batters, quick work, and then Padres went to work after that. That's going to be low, ball 2. 2-2 count. Again, don't be shy. Feel free to comment down below. Just talk about whatever you'd like. Talk about the game. Talk about MLB. Talk about the NFL. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be fouled off. It's a little battle here by Diaz. Yeah, I guess he didn't get the memo that he was 1 for 2 or 1 for 22 against Webb. Nice little fight here. Here's the 2-2, and that's going to be a shot. Oh, it's in between the shortstop and second baseman. It was a slow little dribbler. I think it jammed him. So if he gets a hit off Webb, well, that's looking pretty good for the lineup. Again, the lineup did pretty well earlier. And that will bring up Fernando Tatis. He is 3rd in the NL in OPS, with, of course, currently at a 1031. As you see Jung-Ho Lee back up, and he has serious power. He did strike out to begin this ball game. Sorry for bumping the mic. It's unprofessional stuff over here. 8 home runs and 18 RBIs for him. Here's the 1-0. It's going to be low, ball 2. Webb is kind of struggling a little bit here. Again, he started off strong. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be just caught the corner, I guess. Strike 1. Tatis shaking his head. Again, I promise you I have no dog in the fight, but I'm just going to call it how I see it. Felt like that should have been. I guess it nicked a little bit of that strike zone. We got a chopper here to second, and he tosses it to first for out number 1. Only able to get the 1. So Tatis 0 for 2 to start the night, despite the Padres having a great appearances there at the plate. That'll bring in Luis Arias. It's batting 284 currently with a 746 OPS. We do have a brief timeout here as the umpire is fixing the batter's box, I should say. Batter box doesn't make any sense. Doesn't sound right. I think that's more accurate there. All right, play on here. Runner on second. 1 out in the bottom of the second. Webb looks at Diaz. Here's the pitch. That's a breaking ball right down the middle. Strike 1. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be inside. Ball 1. 1-1 count. Webb looks off Diaz and delivers. And Arias is going to foul this one down the left side. And a battle of, I would say, and not just NL West heavyweights, but NL heavyweights. The Giants 19-10, Padres 17-11. So solid starts to the year for these teams. Here's the 1-2. Arias hits it to right. Oh, and it's going to hit into the glove. But Diaz thought it was going to be a catch. So again, it bounces into the glove. I should have said it more that way. Bounces into the glove. So a nice scoop there by the right fielder. But again, Diaz was kind of holding off because it looked like it was going to be caught. So runners on first and second with still only one out. Kind of hung up there. Good bit. That's why Diaz was like, is it going to be a catch? But no, it just lands right in front of the right fielder. Again, he makes a really good play on it to scoop it like that. And that's going to bring up Manny Machado with runners on first and second. That is going to be in there, called strike. Machado is 1 for 1 so far with a run scored. Career off Logan Webb, 12 for 33. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be inside, ball 1. Webb not exactly off to a great start. Finding himself in a little bit of trouble here in the bottom of the second. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be inside, ball 2. 2-1 to Machado. Runners on first and second. Diaz at second. Arias at first. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be outside. Strike 2. Just outside. I guess it does catch a little bit of that strike zone. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's going to be 3 strikeouts here for Webb as he tries to get out of this. Again, he did start off really strong, but just been a little bit of a struggle as of late. And that's going to bring up Gavin Sheets, who walked in the first. Did come across the score. OPS of 760, has 3 home runs and 12 RBIs on the year. That's going to be a little breaking ball in there, strike 1. 0-1 count. Runners on first and second. Got a ground ball to second. Throws to first for out number 3. So 2 left on there for the Padres as we head to the top of the third. Your score, Padres 3, Giants 0. All right, Brewers up 7-2 over the White Sox as they head to the 9th. Astros up 3-2 on the Tigers in the bottom of the 7th. The Rangers now up 12-0 on the Athletics in the top of the 7th. The Braves up 7-2 over the Rockies in the bottom of the 6th. The Guardians up 1-0 over the Twins in the bottom of the 4th. The Angels Mariners are tied at 0 apiece. And the Marlins have a runner on third to start the game in the top of the 1st. Nobody out, so we'll see how that goes. Yankees defeated the Orioles 15-3. The Royals defeated the Rays 3-1. The Red Sox defeated the Blue Jays 10-2. Mets defeated the D-backs 8-3. The Cubs defeated the Pirates, my lonesome, sad Pirates, 9-0. And the Phillies defeated the Nationals 7-6. Again, if this is your thing, man, hit that subscribe button. I do call as many games as possible. It can be your team if you just let me know. Hey, tomorrow's going to be pretty tough. I don't know. I should be home around 6 o'clock Central Time. So if this game is on late, and we'll see. We'll see if I cover it or not. Again, if my family's all good, then I'll be sure to be on here and cover a random MLB game. So I don't think I'll make the Pirates one. But again, just let me know down below. If you are questioning whether you should subscribe, again, I was thinking of you whenever I negotiated my contract with YouTube. I don't want them to pay. Whenever they subscribe, don't send them a bill. And that was made possible by me. So I think of you. Whenever you hit that subscribe button, you won't pay a dime. I make sure of it. I made sure of it. I am looking after you. All right, here is Wade here. Loante Wade, only batting 110 on the year. OPS of 460. Here's the first pitch is going to be fouled off. Again, don't be a stranger. Feel free to comment. I do read all comments, and I will respond to pretty much everything unless it's like absolutely like bad and gross. Then I will not. At 0-1, it's going to be high and inside, ball 1. You can talk about whatever you'd like. It's talk about baseball, talk about football, talk about whatever. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be high, ball 2. 2-1 count. Again, I do have a ticker for you if you're wondering what's going on in the other games, MLB, NBA, and hockey. Obviously, no football games going on now. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be high, ball 3. So I'm like a blast from the past as far as a mini sports center here. Not quite. Maybe I do that one day. Maybe, hey, that's a neat video. It's at the end of the night, record what happened the whole day. Here's the 3-1. That's going to be outside, ball 4. He walked him. I don't know if I'd ever do that. That'd be cool, though. Just one day. Just try it out. All right, so Wade is on first. That's going to bring up Bailey here, the catcher, batting 164 on the year, OPS of 462. Here's the first pitch to Bailey. Bailey sends this right field, and that one is just foul, but that one definitely had the distance. Are both the Giants and Padres playing above their heads? I mean, I don't know. I feel like I would have expected the Padres to be, in this position. Giants probably. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be low in the dirt. Had a possible throw to first, but nothing doing there. I know the Padres, I don't know. There's always a team that's like, they spend the money, but then they're also cutting back. Yeah, you hear all these reports. I don't really know. But I'd expect them to compete, as long as they have Tatis and all that. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be fouled back. As far as the Giants, yeah, that's kind of a... look at their lineup here. I'll try to read off here. OPS 878, 538, 921, 780, 751, 690, 469, 462, 788. Not much of it is surprising. Like, not much is high, as that one is fouled back. Really, again, you only have 2 hitters above an 800 OPS. Again, there might be some people that are resting today. And again, I'm not a diehard Giants fan or anything, but I would say the Giants are probably the most shocking. And that's cool. Again, I grew up and they won 3 World Series in 5 or 6 years. Nothing really. That curveball is in there. Strike 3. Oh, that was a beautiful 12-6. And he does not like the call. Bailey does not like the call, but according to the strike zone there and on the TV screen, it does catch. That's going to bring up Fitzgerald, batting 289, OPS of 788. Runner on first. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be in there, strike 1. To be honest, I made an MLB predictions video, and I don't remember what I had the Giants at. I'm not even going to lie to you. Tyler Fitzgerald batting 289, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs on the year. Fitzgerald fouls this one back. Who do you think was a better Giants closer? Oh, man, I feel so bad because I'm not familiar with much of the history. I do know who Rob Nen is. I'd have to, I guess, look at the stats here. I can look at it for commercial break for you and make a little judgment. That's going to be right down the middle, strike 3. Pivetta is kind of cooking. So I do apologize. Yeah, I'm not the baseball historian. I know some stuff. I'm not going to know the specifics, when it comes down to maybe team history, stuff like that, I'm sorry. I really wish I could. I feel bad. I do feel bad. I wish I would. I'll try to get more knowledge on it. Here's the first pitch, and that one is in there, strike one. Again, Pavetta's been really just pitching well. He has these Giants hitters confused. Here is the 0-1. That's going to be high. Ball one. Now, if you ask me, maybe Brian Wilson and Sergio Romo, I would say peak Brian Wilson, but Sergio had the better career. You know, I could probably give you that, like maybe like the late 2000s. This one is ripped to right, but Tatis is right there to make the catch. So one man left on there as we head to the bottom of the third. Your score is still 3-0. Can go ahead and do a little MLB around the league. What's going on there? Well, the Brewers are up 7-2 on the White Sox in the top of the ninth. The Astros up 5-2 on the Tigers in the bottom of the seventh. Rangers 12-2 over the Athletics in the top of the seventh. Braves up 7-2 over the Rockies in the top of the seventh. Guardians up 1-0 over the Twins as they head to the fifth. Mariners now up 3-0 over the Angels in the top of the third. And the Marlins, Dodgers each tied at 1 apiece in the bottom of the first. Yankees 15, Orioles 3. That is final. Royals, Rays, that's also final, 3-1. Red Sox over the Blue Jays, 10-2. Mets over the D-backs, 8-3. The Cubs making my Pirates look like the Pirates today, as the Cubs over the Pirates, 9-0, and the Phillies over the Nationals, 7-6. I was playing. What is ESO? I'm sorry, ESO. It's probably something I should know. Look at the Pirates game and it was all over. No, the Pirates, absolutely terrible. What are we doing? We are a joke. Let me see if I can do a little Rob Neen. What the heck? Can I do some research real quick on who was better between Rob Nen? Okay, that's not what I wanted. I wanted stats. Give me the stats. Bro. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. I just do random games, and now I'm trying to educate myself on some of the history of the Giants. Strictly as a Giant. 2.43, not too bad at all. 206 saves. All right, and then real quick before, Rod Beck. First pitch here from Webb, and that's going to be down low. Ball one to Bogarts. Oh, that's tough. I think I'm leaning. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be in there, called strike. I would say it's going to be Nen. Slightly. Yeah, I would say Nen. That's just my, you would say, casual's opinion. That's going to be in there, called strike 1 and 2. Not a closer, but remember Tim Lincecum? Dude, the Giants. Oh, my gosh. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, so maybe Webb trying to look in the rebound here. But what, Tim Lincecum, Matt Cain, Madison Bumgarner? I mean, there's probably some more. I couldn't think about it. The Giants were dominant. Giants added my guy, Freddie Sanchez, from the Pirates, Hunter Pence. I think he was only there for a year or two of the World Series. I could be wrong. 0-1 count here to Iglesias. He is 1 for 1. 0 home runs, 9 RBIs on the year. The Padres, again, looking strong out of the gate. Here's the 0-1. In there, called strike. But you have to think that Webb is kind of bouncing back here. Yeah, he was ridiculous for about 10 years. I don't know if Lincecum was ridiculous for 10 years. I don't know. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Again, I'm not anyone to talk here. I kind of want to look up Tim Lincecum now. Again, I promise I am going to call the game. Don't think I'm not. He did play for 10 years, but I think ridiculous, I don't know. I would say probably for the first 5. Unfortunate stuff, man. Could have been unfortunate, just very unfortunate. All right, here is Wade. That's going to be inside ball 1. Again, feel free to. Hey, we're talking about Tim Lincecum. We're talking about Rob Nen, Rod Beck. Talk about whatever you like. This is a sports channel for you. And also hit that subscribe button because we're just all here to have a good time. We're all sports fans. That one's in there for a called strike. I will say again, I'm more of a football expert. When it comes to baseball, you could call me a casual. I would say a little more. I know a little bit more than a casual. That one is a swing and a miss, strike 2. But, I'm not going to, if someone wants to debate here on baseball or talk about baseball when it gets to the nitty-gritty or whatnot, my voice cracked, I'm sorry, you'll see my limit there on the knowledge. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss on the ball in the dirt. He struck him out. So Webb looking pretty good there as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Your score, Padres 3, Giants 0. All right, Brewers over the White Sox in the bottom of the 9th, 7-2. Rangers 12, Athletics 2 in the bottom of the 7th. Astros 5, Tigers 2 in the bottom of the 7th. Braves winning 7-2 over the Rockies in the bottom of the 7th. Twins, Guardians 1-1 in the top of the 5th. Mariners up 3-0 over the Angels in the bottom of the 3rd. Dodgers now up 2-1 over the Marlins in the bottom of the 1st. The Yankees defeated the Orioles 15-3. Royals defeated the Rays 3-1. Red Sox defeated the Blue Jays 10-2. Mets defeated the D-backs 8-3. The Phillies over the Nationals today 7-6, and the Cubs just skunking, you would say. Not quite a skunk. 9-0 over the My Pirates. Who are the starting pitchers for tomorrow's? Well, tell you what, let me get you that information real quick. I was looking at the MLB app. That should have it right here for you. Tomorrow, why is it not? Okay, we got, I really hope I pronounce this correctly, Rupp for San Francisco, and then Michael King for San Diego tomorrow. That is a 3:10 game, so I will not be able to call that one as I'll be working tomorrow. Then I don't know what I'll be calling. There might not be a game to call tomorrow when I get off work. Maybe D-backs Mets. I don't know. We'll see. Again, feel free to comment down below. And again, if you like sports, this is the channel for you. I suggest you hit that subscribe button. After all the negotiating I could do, I arranged to where you will not pay a dime if you subscribe. So, you're welcome. But, yeah, man, it's just, we're all sports fans. That's just how I see it. We're all here to have a chill time together. That first pitch is outside ball 1. Thanks. How are their stats this year? Here's the 1-0. And Adames sends this one deep to right field. And that one is gone! Oh my gosh, about to check the stats. But Adames sent a solo shot to right. And that'll cut the lead to 3-1 now. That's the first hit of the game for the Giants. And boy, what a hit it is. And that puts a run on the board as Rupp with a 2-1 record, 4.56 ERA, and King 3-1 record, 2.18 ERA. So just looking at that, you would say the Padres have the slight advantage. But man, Adames, that just caught me off guard again. Like the Giants looked pretty lethargic there, and then Pavetta's looking dominant, and then all of a sudden a solo shot here to lead off the 4th. That one was in there, called strike. Here's the 0-1 to Lee. Lee, grounder to Machado. He's going to throw to first for out number 1. Michael's doing great. Michael King. Yeah. Yeah, no, he is in the 2s. Looking really good. Sounds like a pitcher's duel for tomorrow. Well, again, Really, that's how the Giants are getting. You'd have to imagine that's how they're getting by when you look at the. Again, I'm not hating on the Giants, so I do apologize if you're a Giants fan. It just looks like their lineup isn't all that great, but they're 19-10 for a reason. Here's the first pitch to Chapman, and that's going to be low, ball one. Yeah, no, I will be at work, so I cannot call tomorrow's Giants-Padres game. I'll do my best to call another game tomorrow. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be in there, called strike. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. It will not hurt your wallet. It will not, I promise. Here is the 1-1 to Chapman. Swing and a miss, strike two. Sean, today is also a great pitching duel. Don't know why Logan Webb gave up 3 runs. Yeah, it just looked kind of random, honestly. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, again, he quick work in the first 2 outs there to Tatis and Arias, and then all of a sudden, just the Padres couldn't miss. He may have settled down, though. Here's the 1-2, and that's going to be high, ball 2. Must have come out cold. I'll be at the game tomorrow. Oh, okay. Hey, man, enjoy. I know I've been to 3 MLB games, and they've all been great experience. Maybe not the last one. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be high, ball 3. I don't know. All right, well, the first one in 2003, when I lived in Pennsylvania, Royals at Phillies for Father's Day. That was cool. I got to see Jim Thome hit 2 home runs. This was with Jimmy Rollins. Oh, man, it was so cool. Such a great experience. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. But that was great. And then I saw Pirates at Rangers. And of course, I live in Texas now. Pirates winning that one. My Pirates. We moved to 1-0 in real life. And then I went to Minute Maid the last year. I don't like sports in domes, period. But yeah, now that I actually got to, it's not a dome, but just with the closed roof, it just doesn't hit the same. Here's the first pitch to Flores, and that's going to be low, ball 1. Doctor, I've been meaning to ask, but how do you feel about Patrick Queen as a player? Queen is good, but here's the 1-0. That's going to be outside, ball 1. I don't know. With the money we paid Queen, I don't feel like he's what he should be, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like we're paying him, I wouldn't say A+ money, but I would say like A- money. I feel like he's been okay. Like, Cole Holcomb and Landon Roberts, to me, were like a great middle linebacker duo. That's going to be low, ball 3. Obviously, Cole Holcomb gets hurt, but I don't know. I feel like he should be a little bit better than for what we're paying him. Here's the 3-0 to Flores. That's going to be inside for strike 1. Oh, Flores doesn't like the call. Sweet. Yeah, no, I'm going to the Padres-Mariners game. Heck yeah, man. Enjoy, dude. Yeah, no, baseball really is fun to go to. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. I've been to, like, when I lived in Pennsylvania, the Reading Phillies, the minor league. That was fun. That's probably actually the most enjoyable baseball setting I've ever been, was the minor league. I went to the Corpus Christi Hooks, and it was all right. Not as good as the Reading Phillies one, but it was still neat. I don't know, baseball really is a cool game. Here's the 3-2, and that one's going to be fouled back. Baseball is just, I don't know, it's just a good atmosphere. But yeah, I will say, though, Minute Maid, I'm not impressed. Not impressed with Minute Maid Park. Here is the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So the Giants add one to their score. Actually, well, I mean, it's the only run they have now, thanks to the solo. I can't talk anymore. Solo shot. So we head to the bottom of the 4th. Padres 3, Giants 1. All right, what do we? Oh, I'm on tomorrow's games. I'm like, well, no scores here. That's not good. All right. Brewers up 7-2 over the White Sox in the bottom of the 9th. Rangers up 12-2 over the Athletics in the bottom of the 7th. Astros up 6-2 over the Tigers in the bottom of the 7th. Braves up 7-2 over the Rockies in the bottom of the 7th. Twins, Guardians 1-1 in the top of the 5th. Mariners up 3-0 over the Angels as they head to the fourth. Dodgers up 2-1 over the Marlins, and they're still in the bottom of the first. Runners on the corner, so sorry, Giants fans. Doesn't look good. And Padres, you guys both hate them. Hate the Dodgers. Yankees up 15, or no, they defeat the Orioles 15-3. Royals defeat the Rays 3-1. Red Sox defeat the Blue Jays 10-2. Mets defeat the D-backs 8-3. The Phillies over the Nationals today 7-6, and the Cubs make the Pirates look like a AAA team, which you can make that argument they are one, 9-0. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. I call a bunch of random games, and I do recommend if you're a football fan, you should definitely hit that subscribe button. Though, I feel like I'll probably voice my opinions a lot more in football than in baseball, so I don't know. Well, maybe you'll hate me. You'll hate watch me. Maybe that'll be what happens. I don't know. But that's in August and September, so maybe you can enjoy our cool, chill atmosphere of MLB. But again, also, feel free to comment down below. I read all comments. So the advantage of being a guy with not really the largest subscriber pool is here's the first pitch to Hayward. That's going to be a called strike. Hayward is 0 for 13 in his career against Webb. And Hayward's going to send this to left, and that's going to drop. Oh, and Ramos had a terrible read on it. That's going to bounce past him. So he's going to chill at second for a double. I don't know if that would be an error or not. I don't know. We'd have to, I guess, see how that's scored. I guess, okay, so they're saying a double. So look at that. The announcer's curse saying what? He was 0 for 13, 0 for 14. Well, he gets his first hit to Webb. Hayward was booking it past second. Then he has to put on the brakes there. All right. In steps in Diaz. He's 1 for 1 today. He's now, 2 for 24? I think. 2 for 23 now. Here's the first pitch to Diaz. Diaz was backing up and then bunting. He was ready to go. Strike one. Are you a fan of the DH? Why or why not? That's a great question. That is a great question. Oh, there's pros and cons to it. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside ball one. I like it because with the way baseball is now, with, the pitching is dominating, it adds an extra bat, so, more possibilities of, more hits and more runs. But at the same time, here's the 1-1. That's going to be outside ball two. I don't know. There's something cool about seeing a pitcher at the plate. And, and you also had some great, hitting pitchers like, Madison Bumgarner and Zach Greinke. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be fouled back. Dontrelle Willis, and it's also just it's cool seeing I don't know. It's also neat when a pitcher that's terrible at hitting gets a hit. Bartolo Colon, you'll never get to see that anymore. And that's, I don't know, you'll never get to have that excitement. I feel like that was just taken away from us. So there's pros and cons for both. 2-2 is going to be outside ball three. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of neutral. I know when it initially happened, I'm like, oh, why is the NL doing that, man? That's what made it different. But now it's like, okay, the way the pitching is, here's the 3-2. That one is going to find the gap between first and second. So he's going to get on. Hayward's going to stay at third. With still nobody out. So I didn't mean to sound like a politician there saying that both are good, but that's I don't know. I just have mixed feelings on both ways. If MLB came out tomorrow and say, yeah, we're changing it back, I'd be okay. Again, I would probably be what about the pitching? The pitching's kind of dominating now, but I'd be fine with either way. I do like the fact, though, that it was in one league and not in the other. That was also kind of neat. 2 different games. Here's the pitch to Tatis, and Tatis fouls this one off his right leg. You are an old soul like us, Doctor. Just admit you miss pitchers. I do miss them. I mean, I do. Oh, 100%, man. I just, I don't know. I don't know. It's pitching now. Like, everyone throws 99, or not everyone, but like a good amount, and it makes it so hard. Like, it's not fun to see like a 2-1 game. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be a slow tapper. The catcher's going to get it. He's going to throw out Tatis. Hayward, I believe, was forced to stay at third. The runner from first does go to second, so we do have 2 runners in scoring position now with 1 out. I don't know if the pitching would just chill out, like if everyone would stop trying to throw 100. I'd say bring back the pitcher hitting. I don't know. We need more sack bunts. Some people love to. No, it's fair enough. Some people do love. I love a good pitcher stool, but I also like. I don't know. It's like in football. Hey, I love a good 13-10 game. Here's the pitch there to Rise. That's going to be in there. Strike one. Like I love a good defensive battle in football. Not bad offense, like actual proper good defense. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. I just feel like, I don't know, like you can just get away with all the velocity, and of course you're trying to do all these RPMs and make the ball move. I don't know. I just have mixed feelings on the way it is now. Like, I don't even know if they even do the checks anymore for the pitchers. I'm not saying they still do it or not, but I mean, I remember that was a big thing. Here's the 0-2. Arias is going to foul this one back, trying to hold his swing there. What MLB record do you think will never be broken? Ooh, probably the hitting streak. I mean, again, with how the batting averages are falling now, 56 games is it. That's going to be a pitch down low, ball 1. I would say, yeah, Joe DiMaggio's 56 games. Obviously, a lot of the pitching ones, too. 511, right, for Cy Young? The wins and losses are too high. Here's the 1-2. That one, fly ball to left. Hayward is going to tag up, throwing home, and it's cut off by Chapman. And the Padres add another, so that cancels out the solo shot in the top of the 4th. As it's now 4-1. But honestly, there's a lot of records that'll probably never be broken. Pretty much anything that was set in the early 1900s probably won't be broken again. So we do have a mound visit here. Webb is going to have a chat with, or Bailey, I should say, is going to have a chat with Webb. I think that's more accurate. Runner on second still. So 4-1. 511 wins. I would say that one. Yeah, no, for sure. Like, just the way. Again, also, I don't like that pitchers now only, pitch 5 innings now? Sometimes, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's rare to see. And I'll get to my full thoughts there if I remember later. Here's Machado up, runner on second. That's going to be inside, ball 1. Well, so Andrew Heaney for the Pirates, he was pitching, I think he allowed maybe 1 hit through 7 innings against the Angels. He was dominating, and then we pull him. I mean, we still won the game, but I don't know. Like, let him go until he's actually struggling. Here's the 1-0. Machado singles up the middle, and Diaz is going to score to make the score 5-1. So the Padres are looking pretty good here in a battle of NL elites. And you could kind of question again, are the Giants actually elite? I don't know. Well, again, they're 19-10. That's very impressive to do. But the Padres looking like they are the team here as we have a batter timeout. That's going to bring up Gavin Sheets. He's 0 for 1. He walked in the first and scored. Webb's going to take off. He's going to pick off. Okay, so I got the name. My bad. So Machado took off. Webb picked him off at first, or through to second, I should say. I'm sorry, that was bad. That's on me. Anyways, he picked off Machado, ran, threw him out at second. That's my bad. That's a bad call. Bad call on me. Bad commentating. All right. Braves are up 8-2 over the Rockies in the top of the ninth. Rangers up 12-2 over the Athletics in the bottom of the eighth. The Astros up 6-2 over the Tigers in the bottom of the eighth. Twins Guardians tied at 1 apiece in the bottom of the sixth. Mariners over the Angels right now 3-0 in the bottom of the fourth. The Dodgers up 3-1 over the Marlins in the bottom of the second. The Yankees defeat the Orioles 15-3. Royals defeating the Rays 3-1. Red Sox over the Blue Jays 10-2. Mets over the D-backs 8-3. Brewers over the White Sox 7-2. Phillies over the Nationals 7-6, and the Cubs beating my Pirates 9-0. Again, if you're a fan of the channel, or well, you're probably not a fan of the channel. If you're a fan of sports, I should say, if you like this type of content, if you're not able to watch the game, well, hey, you should subscribe. I got you covered. Just let me know what game you'd like for me to cover, and I will do my best to cover it. Again, we're all sports fans here. If you're a fan of sports, hit that subscribe button. If you do like what you see, if you think I'm okay, hit that subscribe button. After this took about 3 years to negotiate. I was able to secure a deal where if you subscribe to my channel, you don't have to pay a thing. So I think that's another reason why you should hit that subscribe button. Also, feel free to chat in the comments or comment in the chats. I think that's more accurate. Just talk about whatever you'd like. Baseball is what we're talking about. It's baseball season. We're talking about MLB records. But you can talk about NFL, football. Talk about whatever you'd like. You can talk about the weather. It's fine with me. What do you have a doctorate degree in? Well, unfortunately, that may be that's not true. I don't have a doctorate degree in nothing. I'm a doctor. Here's the first pitch there to Ramos. That's in there for call strike. Doctor. So we made it's literally my video game gamer tag. Here's the 0-1, and this one is sent to center on the warning track. Is I believe that's Wade to make the catch for out number one. No, it was just a group of friends. We made a gaming team or whatever. Doctor, it wasn't really a gaming clan, and we're the doctors, but I'm the only one now with the doctor. So yeah, so I'm just Dr. Delay, which takes my last name and then my first initial of my first name, Delay. Here's the first pitch, and that's going to be high for strike one. I wish I could actually spell it Delay, but I don't know how to get that username from the guy that actually has Dr. Delay. I'd love to get it and claim it. Be easier to promote, I'd think. Now it's 0-2 to Wade. I don't know how that would work. I'd have to probably pay him money for him to let me have it. I don't know where it is either. Here's the 0-2. Curveball in there. Strike three. Oh, what a pitch. And Pivetta skipping off the mound as he knew it was pretty good. So two quickly down here in the top of the fifth. I'm actually really proud of my first ever gamer tag name, which was Delay of Game. I thought that was so cool. I'm assuming you're a football fan, so you know what the penalty was, but delay of game. That was just cool. And now I'm Dr. Delay. Here's Bailey, and Bailey, first pitch, single down the right side. Tatis gets there and is going to hold Bailey. Bailey actually was just jogging, so not much there. So 2 outs here again. Bailey at first, and that's going to bring up Tyler Fitzgerald, batting .286 on the year, OPS of .779, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. Pivetta sets and delivers, and that's going to be fouled back. Again, don't be shy. Feel free to comment down below. Again, you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Pivetta delivers. And this one is sent to left. Is it going to drop? It is going to drop in front of Hayward. Bailey, I believe, is still at second. So runners on first and second with 2 outs. Little breaking ball. And again, Fitzgerald just kind of sticking his bat out there. Stayed up in the air for a while, but it was pretty shallow and left. Here's Mike Yastrzemski, batting .271, OPS of .868. Pivetta looking at Bailey at second. Pivetta is actually going to step off. Shakes his head like, what was he doing? Pivetta sets and delivers. That's going to be outside strike one. So the Padres get a little bit of a call there. Maybe it nicked a little bit of the zone. I guess it did. Does look like it did there on the MLB game day. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball one. One and one count. Runners on first and second. Giants looking to cut into this lead here as this one is fouled back. So the count moves to 1-2. And Yastrzemski asks for time. Bailey on second, Fitzgerald at first. Padres leading 5-1, as you can see on that scoreboard and that scoreboard. Got all the scoreboards for you. Runners on first and second. 1-2 is the count. 2 outs. Pivetta sets and delivers. That's going to be high. Almost hit him. Ball 2. One more out. Yes, indeed, for Pivetta. You have to imagine Pivetta will be out there for the 6th. He's at 72 pitches. He's looked really, really well. I mean, has allowed 2 hits here, but he's pitched really well. Here's the 2-2. You got a chopper here, and that's going to get foul. Luis, are you in San Diego? There we go. Look at that. A little chat there going on. 2-2 count here to Yastrzemski. And we have a mound visit. 2-2 count here. Nibla. I don't know. You guys would have to let me know there as we have a little bit of a stoppage in play. Again, I'll use this opportunity to let you guys know that if you haven't subscribed, you should definitely subscribe. Why? It's free. It will not hurt you. And if you like sports, this is the place for you. You know, I called college basketball in February and March, and that was fun. I look forward to doing that again next year. It's baseball season, so this is what I'm doing now. And again, football. Football's a no-brainer. You definitely should subscribe if you're a football fan. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3 as Pivetta backward skips off the field. I guess that's a thing here as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Your score, Padres 5, Giants 1. All right, in the bottom of the 9th, we have the Braves up 8-2 over the Rockies, as the Rockies look like they will fall to 4-25. Anyway, just what are you guys' thoughts on the Rockies? Are they even gonna hit 40 wins? I mean, what the heck? Astros over the Tigers 6-2 in the top of the 9th. Twins Guardians 1-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Mariners 3, Angels nothing in the top of the 5th. Dodgers up 4-1 over the Marlins in the top of the 3rd. The Yankees defeated the Orioles 15-3. The Royals defeated the Rays 3-1. Red Sox over the Blue Jays 10-2. Mets over the D-backs 8-3. Brewers over the White Sox 7-2. Rangers over the Athletics 15-2. And the Phillies over the Nationals 7-6. And finally, the Cubs defeating my Pirates 9-0. Again, feel free to subscribe. Again, this is a sports channel. It's a sports channel for you. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. I can only repeat myself so many times. I'll have to repeat myself probably another 10 times. So I'll try to quit that. But hit that subscribe button. Do it. Again, feel free to comment down below. See, Sean and Luis met each other today, and they're having a great time in the comments. You can join them in the comments. You can talk about whatever you'd like. Again, I do read all comments because, again, it's not exactly the fastest moving chat in the world. Why? Because I don't have many subscribers, so subscribe. But, yeah, no, I definitely read all comments. You got any questions or just want to chat? Hey, talk about whatever. Feel free to do so. Again, I don't mind conversing with you. So that's going to bring up Gavin Sheets here to start the bottom of the fifth, and that's going to be in there called strike. 0-1 count here to Sheets. That's going to be outside and away. Well, outside and away. Outside and low. Ball 1. 1-1 count. And Sheets, chopper here to first. It's going to toss it to Webb for out number 1. Just beats him. Hustling down the line there was Sheets. Can't get game in hotel room, so I'm listening to the doctor. Oh, doctor, will the Guardians change their name back to the Indians and the Commanders change back to the Redskins? Personally, and you'll probably figure out a lot about me with this opinion here. They should. That's all I'll say. They should. I don't know if they will. I hope they do, but they should. Here's a Bogart's line drive. Oh, it's caught by Wade. Oh, my gosh, what a play. That was a rocket. Oh, man. That was a bullet by Bogarts. But Wade with a great play. Oh, what a snag. 103 off the bat. Who do I want to win? I don't really have a dog in this fight, to be honest with you. Paola. I do apologize if I butcher that name. I don't know. I just want a good baseball game. But yeah, I don't really have I'm a Pirates fan, so we're not exactly threatening one of y'all. Y'all aren't threatening one of us in the wild card. So that's going to be inside ball 1. But thank you, Sean. Thank you. Here's the 1-1. And this one's line to center, and Lee there to make the catch for out number 3. So quick hitting there as we head to the top of the 6th. Your score is 5-1. All right. Braves up 8-2 over the Rockies in the bottom of the 9th. Twins Guardians 1-1 apiece at the top of the 7th. Mariners up 3-0 over the Angels in the bottom of the 5th. Dodgers are up 4-1 over the Marlins in the top of the 3rd. There is a challenge going on apparently. I don't know what that would be about. Yankees defeating the Orioles 15-3. Royals defeating the Rays 3-1. Red Sox defeating the Blue Jays 10-2. Mets defeating the D-backs 8-3. Brewers defeating the White Sox 7-2. Rangers defeating the Athletics 15-2. Astros defeating the Tigers 6-4. The Phillies over the Nationals 7-6. And the Cubs beating the crap out of my Pirates 9-0. So that's fun. That's your MLB wrap-up there. I wouldn't say wrap-up. I'm going to do that again. But yeah, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. If you find yourself in a lot of hotel rooms and you can't get the game, hey, hit me up. I got you covered. All you got to do is let me know what you'd like called. And if I'm not working that day, I will call games for you. 102. Thank you. Someone subbed. I appreciate that. I believe I was at 101. Unless people unfollowed, which I guess that's always doable. But no, I appreciate everyone that does, all 102 of you. It's really cool. You know, I'm just a guy that's calling games. We'll be releasing content sooner or later. I do promise. I just unsure what it will be and what it should be. I am working on one video about how the Steelers are so bad. That is football again, so we'll work on that later. But again, if you just like live games, that's content I can tell you I'm working on and doing, and it's fun. I've gotten to interact with plenty of people here. Luis, you've been here plenty of times. It's really cool. It's really cool. I know Draven's been here plenty of times. You might have seen him earlier in the chat. He's one of my first people there, and I appreciate him. Again, I appreciate everybody. I really do. Again, also feel free to comment down below. Just chat about whatever you'd like. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be downstairs ball one. What is your day job? What is my day job? All right, so I work part-time at a radio station. Not exactly a big radio station, as I live, in like a really not exactly the most populated area. That's going to be high ball too. But yeah, I work part-time at a radio station. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool job. I would like a little more on-air time, but again, it is what it is. I got to work my way up for that. So I kind of just edit commercials while I'm there. And I have very little on air, but I have called a game for them. I did a basketball game for them. When it's football season, here's the 2-1. That's going to be inside ball 3. They actually want me to do color for them, but I'm already working as the actual play-by-play guy for the local high school I went to. So I don't know. That's a decision I'll have to make. Here's the 3-1. That's going to be in their strike 2. I'm leaning to just stay it out and work in color for this website that I'm also a part of. So I don't know. Do you have a talk show? I had a podcast, and I'm moving that podcast here. But as far as the radio, no, I do not have a talk show. I wish. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be lined foul. No, I am going to try to work in a little bit of a local sports segment when it's football season, like a little football show. I'm trying to convince the owner to let that happen just for 30 minutes, not a day, but Adamas sends this one to the gap. That one's going to drop. He's rounding first, and he's going to cruise into second with the leadoff double here in the 6th. So, but yeah, again, it's a pretty small radio station. So the goal is to work here, get a nice experience. I just started working there too. I just started in December. But yeah, get experience, and hopefully, maybe that leads to something else. I'd love to broadcast games for, just a major network. That'd be cool. I just don't have any degree for it. I'm hoping that won't be a problem. I feel like it would be. That first pitch is in there, or it's outside ball 1. But I don't know. And then, of course, the YouTube. If I get a nice following here, maybe I can add that to the resume. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be in there called strike. So, yeah, this is fun. This wasn't exactly what I thought I'd ever do. I just always thought I'd be again, I never went to college for it, but be an NFL analyst or something like that. But calling games is really fun. Here's the 1-1, and Lee, that one gets over Bogarts. They're waving him home. He's running. That's cut off by Machado, so he's going to score. Lee's going to stay at first. So it's now 5-2. It's just like that. Again, there's no outs here in the 6th, so I don't know. There might be something cooking here for the Giants. But no, I don't. I wish I did. And it'd be cool. I hope that does happen. But yeah, again, like I said, I just get the experience, and then hopefully, this has some success, and maybe I can use that as a resume. It's kind of the goal. I know it's a long shot, but that'd be the goal. Send it into Fox Sports or CBS, and I don't think I'd ever be there on Sundays, but maybe for the local or this college games or something. That'd be fun. Is John Hu Lee related to Bruce Lee? I don't think so. That's just I don't know. I don't know if I'll look that one up on the computer. But I can look it up. I will look it up. Why not? Let's see. John. Let's go ahead and click him. Okay, so there actually isn't a Mount Visit. I'm sorry. I thought there was. They cut away. Here's Chapman. He's 0 for 2. That's going to be outside ball 1. If I had to guess, no. Yeah, I don't think so. He's from South Korea. No, he is not. Can't confirm. Here's the 1-0. And that one is fouled back. His father was playing in South Korea. So, no, John Ho Lee is the son of a baseball player. Interesting stuff there. Thank you for your questions, by the way, tonight. I appreciate it. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 2. So Sean keeping me on my toes here with the questions. I like it. Again, I love just chatting, like I just interacting with just people, and you'll never know what you're asked, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Just talking sports. That's what it's all about here. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be high, ball 2. Again, Sean and Luis don't have to be the only ones. And again, Paola over there earlier, thank you. You guys can chat too. Just talk about whatever you'd like. Here is the 2-2 to Chapman. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. One away here. And that's going to bring up Wilmer Flores. And we actually are going to have a pitching change. So he's had a great night here, but he did have a little bit of trouble in the last inning and in this one as he gets a standing O. He will head off, and we do have a pitching change. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, I won't do the MLB thing. I'll do that. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I call random games, and I'm a sports fan. I don't know. I'm trying to just plead here. Like, what can I do? I don't know. But again, also feel free to comment down below. Just chat about whatever. Yeah, he has 9 strikeouts. I mean, he had a great performance. The thing is, again, he was kind of getting rattled here in the 5th. The 5th allowed 2 hits. Nothing happened there in the 6th here. 2 hits and just 1 out. Already allowed a run. But yeah, so he has a 1.53 ERA now on the year. I don't know why that's cut off. One day I'll figure it out. So they're going to bring in, I guess, Estrada. Estrada looking really good on the year. This is going to be the new pitcher for the Padres. 1.32 ERA, whip of 0.8. I mean, geez, last year for the Padres had a 2.95. So he's been pretty good in a Padres uniform. So that'll be the new pitcher for the Padres. Yes, again, we have a pitching change, so that is why there's nothing going on now. But again, if you want to fill that time gap there of what's going on, just scroll to my page, hit that subscribe button. That'll take about 10 seconds of your time, and that'll make the time go by faster. All right, so we are working our way back here in San Diego. San Diego with a 5-2 lead over San Francisco. It is not the Chargers and 49ers having like a field goal safety game here. No, it's baseball, obviously. I just kind of missed the San Diego Chargers. Had to get in a Chargers reference. I missed the Oakland Raiders, St. Louis Rams. I'm just a boomer. All right, Estrada here pitching to So Flores. I got to get the Giants lineup on the board there, and that one is a strike, 0-1. Wilmer Flores 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Here's the 0-1. So you're going to miss strike 2. Runner on first for the Giants. Giants do have 1 in the inning, as it's now 5-2. But Pivetta has been yanked. So new pitcher. Here's the 0-2. Checked his swing. Foul tip, strike 3. So, yeah, a hat trick. The commentator just said a hat trick of strikeouts. That is tough there. As Ramos will come to the plate, he's 0 for 2 on the night with a strikeout, batting .241, OPS of 684. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high. Checked his swing. He did not go. Ball 1. 1-0 count here to Ramos. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1 count. Miller is warming up in the San Francisco bullpen. Estrada looking at first. From the stretch. That's going to be high. Ball 2. 2-1 count here to Ramos. He looks to keep this inning alive. Giants somewhat coming to life here as they scored 2 runs in the last 3 innings. Here's the 2-1. Big swing and a miss. Strike 2. Two count. Padres crowd is getting loud. I'll just do this just for the heck of it here. Again, no dog in the fight, I promise. No bias. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball, and that's going to find the center field there. So that's a base hit as we have runners now on the corners. He was taken off as the ball was hit. So that's going to bring up Lamont Wade here. Again, Wade is only batting 108. Does have some nice power, but hasn't really been able to show that this year. 1 home run, 8 RBIs. OPS of 463. Estrada from the stretch. And delivers. That's going to be outside, ball 1. Again, feel free to chat about whatever you'd like. Baseball, it is baseball season. Could be about football. The draft was a big story. Talk about how your team did in the draft if you're a football fan. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be way outside, ball 2. Two-0 count. Runners on the corners here on the top of the 6th. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Wade telling himself, come on. I can read lips. Lee on third. Ramos at first. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. The Giants looking to, again, cut into this lead that the Padres have 5-2. Here's the 2-1. That one is fouled back. 2-2 here. So you see some people standing. I guess that's more to let some people in. Never mind. Thought they were going to stand ovation here. Thought that would be a little too premature in the 6th inning. But, yes, you can do what you want. It's a free country. Here's the 2-2. Wade down the left field line. That's going to be fair. So Lee's going to score. It's still bouncing around. They're waving home Ramos, and he is safe. And Wade's going to get to third. Oh, my goodness. It's just a one-score game now. Wade with the hit off the end of the bat lands fair. Hits the wall. It's bouncing around. The left fielder throws it in. It's late. Then the throw's a little bit wild. Then they throw back to third. And Wade sliding in there with the, I guess that'd be a double. But he gets the third on the play. So it's 5-4, and this game is not over. Whoa, Padres. Oh, man, you're kind of cheering, Athena, though, with the Giants scoring. We'll go ahead and let that one slide. But thank you for stopping by. Hopefully you don't think that was a personal attack or anything. It's not. It was just Observation that the Giants just scored 2 runs. And they have a runner on third. Here is the 0-1. And that one's going to be fouled back. 0-2 count to Bailey. A base hit would definitely bring home Wade. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high, ball 1. Estrada was looking dominant at first, but all of a sudden the Giants just coming to life here. They should have let Pivetta finish the inning. Yeah, it's a tough one. Again, he was kind of getting a little bit hit on there, but you're probably right. I mean, he was still wasn't anything bad. Bailey sends this to center, and that is going to be out number 3. So the Giants add on 3 in the top of the 6th. So your score is now Padres 5, Giants 4. Some good baseball here tonight. This is exactly what I was hoping for. And again, these teams are great. I mean, whether you're a Giants fan or Padres fan, I guess I've interacted with mostly Padres supporters here. But Giants, again, 19-10 for a reason. Padres 17-11, really solid teams. So again, great stuff. Good battle here. All right, Twins, Guardians 1-1 in the top of the 8th. Mariners 3, Angels nothing in the bottom of the 6th. Dodgers just taking it to the Marlins now, 7-1, and they're still only in the bottom of the 3rd. And that is all for the current games. Yankees over the Orioles today, 15-3. Royals over the Rays, 3-1. Red Sox over the Blue Jays, 10-2. Mets over the D-backs, 8-3. Brewers over the White Sox, 7-2. Rangers over the Athletics, 15-2. I forgot the score. Astros over the Tigers, 6-4. Braves over the Rockies, 8-2. Phillies over the Nationals, 7-6. And the Pirates come back today and win 12-9 over the Cubs. I'm just kidding. They lost 9-0. If you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. I call a bunch of random games. As you see, I'm a Pirates fan, and if you look at my live broadcast, you will see that I'm a Pirates fan. But I have covered other games, so don't think it's just a Pirates channel. I pretty much, if I can't cover a Pirates game, I will cover another MLB game. And if someone recommends a game, I will go ahead and cover that game as well. It doesn't have to just be Pirates. I don't really like seeing my team lose. So there you go. But again, if you're just a sports fan, hit that subscribe button. If you think I did a good job, hit that subscribe button. If, I don't really know what else to really say. It's free. I made sure of it. I did that for you. They gave me the option. Look, I mean, you can be like every other YouTuber, charge $100 a subscription. I'm like, well, you know what? I don't really. Times are tough. So let me go ahead and lend my services for free. And that's exactly what happened. So, I know. I'm awesome. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, here's the first pitch. And that's going to be in there, called strike. That's going to be Wade. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. 303 batting average, 819 OPS. No homers on the year, 1 RBI. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Also, keep in mind, this chat will be read by me. You can talk about whatever you'd like. This is a huge game. Giants and Padres always come down to the wire. It's looking like it, man. It is. It's a great game, Edward. For sure. 1-2 count here as that one was in the dirt. Miller, the reliever for the Giants, I believe, if I read that correctly, has a 1 ERA. Let me double check. Yes, 1 ERA. So, but again, the other guy had a pretty good ERA too in the ones. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be outside, ball 2. Miller's walking off the mound like that should have been a strike. That one was close, but just outside. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, but the ball is in the dirt, so he's running to first. And, nice snag there by Wade for out number 1. Pistons, big win. Let's go Padres. Get them runs back. I don't know what's going on in the NBA right now. What's going on in the NBA? The Nuggets are up 67-59. That one was just on my phone for some reason. No, I'm not watching it or anything like that. I just Pistons up 1-0. Okay, so yeah, they did win. That's going to be in there. Called strike to Hayward. Okay, so the Knicks are up 3-2 in the series. Celtics move on today. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be fouled back. Timberwolves, I forgot, they're up 3-1 on the Lakers. Isn't that crazy? The Bucks losing to the Pacers today. They're done. That's wild. I don't know how many. Again, I'm kind of a casual in NBA as well. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be outside ball one. But like Doc Rivers, all he does is lose. So I don't know. Here's the 1-2 from Miller. That's going to be a slider away. I think it was a slider. Yes, it was. 2-2. On MLB The Show, I'm definitely swinging at that pitch with the lefty versus lefty slider away. It's just looks good. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be low. Ball 3. So Hayward working it back from 0-2 to 3-2. 3-2 count here to Hayward. Oh, I forgot to switch it to the Padres. Here's the 3-2. Hayward, broken bat, and it's going to drop in between the second baseman and the right fielder. As Hayward is going to stay at first, and I believe now he's 2 for 3, so a good game for him. Not exactly a known as a hitter, more of a defensive specialist. I do remember actually his first home run. I actually watched that game too. I remember that. It was a big deal about it. Hayward playing. Didn't quite turn into that superstar, but you know, he carved out a 14-year career as of now. So, I mean, heck, that's great. I mean, he's good for life, I would say. The thing is about the Giants this year is that it's either nothing at all some innings or several runs in an inning. Well, we're definitely so Edward with that spot-on analysis here. That's what's been going on here. All right, so here is Diaz here. He's up to the plate here. He's 2 for 2, and again, he entered the game batting 167. Runner on first. Miller from the stretch. Diaz pops this one up. It's in foul territory. Wade makes the catch for out number 2. He overran it and then had to make a nice little catch there. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. And that's going to bring up Fernando Tatis, one of 2 Padres to not get a hit today, but the other guy, Sheets, he has a walk. So the only one not on base today for the Padres. Their best player. Here's the first pitch. That's going to be swung on and missed, strike 1. They know how to capitalize. They are very effective with scoring with men on bases. They are dangerous. Yeah, the Pirates see a guy on base for him, and they're like, yeah, no, that's it for the inning. Here's the 0-1. Tatis chops this one foul. Pirates can get like 8 or 9 hits a game, but they'll score 0 runs. They'll average a hit an inning, which is pretty solid. Yeah, 1 run maybe. He'll give you 2 at the max. Freaking A. Here's the 0-2. And Tatis fouls this one back. Hey, it's Trisk. That's a long time subscriber there. I would say since December when I started this whole thing. Giants are still better than the Pirates. They are now even making Skeens look bad. Great. That's going to be low in the dirt, ball 1. Believe it or not, Trisk is a Pirates fan. He is just a hater of all things Pittsburgh. Nah, I guess he's just a realist. I'm a realist too. I don't know if I would call them the Pirates. Here's the 1-2. Almost hit him. And the crowd's going to let him know about that. 2-2 count here. Again, go Giants here for Sean. Two count. Runner on first. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. So Tatis has struggled today. He's 0 for 4. So the Padres leave one man stranded as we head to the top of the 7th. Your score, Padres 5, Giants 4. Great game so far. Great game by both teams. Twins Guardians 1-1 in the bottom of the 8th. Mariners 3, Angels 1 as they head to the bottom of the 7th. Dodgers up 7-1 over the Marlins in the top of the 4th. And the Yankees defeated the Orioles 15-3. Royals defeated the Rays 3-1. Red Sox defeated the Blue Jays 10-2. Mets defeated the D-backs 8-3. Brewers defeated the White Sox 7-2. Rangers defeated the Athletics 15-2. Astros defeated the Tigers 6-4. Braves defeated the Rockies 8-2. Phillies defeated the Nationals 7-6. And the Pirates won 35-2 today over the Cubs. If you don't believe me, you look it up. So, disgruntled Pittsburgh fan. No, that's fair. Will you start calling the Guardians the Indians on your show? Well, I know Trisk is going to love that comment. I have mixed feelings on that because, again, I completely agree. It should be the Cleveland Indians. It should be the Washington Redskins. But it is what they're called now. I don't know. It really just depends how rebellious. I'm not even kidding. It really depends on how rebellious I feel today. I guess I feel like I should fall in line today. I know it's weird. I would be commenting that I would be like doing the my football for the high school, and I'll just talk about the NFL sometimes, even though it's high school. I love talking about the NFL. Some days I'd say Washington Commanders. Some days I say Washington Redskins. It's literally just, I don't know. I'll try, Sean. I'll try, okay? If you're a subscriber, I will definitely take what you say into consideration. I will not joke around about that. I would definitely show all the loyalty to the go Indians, Chief Wahoo. Indians all day. We're seeing some. Okay, well, I don't know. It might be. Here's the first pitch to Fitzgerald, and that's going to be fouled away. All right. For the rest of the night, we'll do Indians, okay? I'll do Cleveland Indians. Also, you guys should subscribe. Subscribe if you like the Cleveland Indians and think that should be brought back. Subscribe if you think the Washington Redskins should be brought back. Also, subscribe if you like the Commanders and Guardians. Look at that. Politics. That's going to be high ball 1. Cleveland Indians are a classic team. Yes. Now they really should be back. It's a shame. It's really a shame that the Indians and Redskins have been put away. Here's the 1-1. Swung on a miss. Strike 2. Fitzgerald, he's 1 for 2 on the day with the strikeout, batting .295, OPS 794, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. Yeah, I know. Just subscribe. All right, okay. It's gonna be Indians for the rest of the day, for the rest of the week for sure. Here's the 1-2. That's gonna be low for ball 2. I appreciate you, man. I do. I thank you again. We'll see. I know I have a lofty goal by December, but we'll see if that can be done. Here's the 2-2, and Fitzgerald's gonna foul this one back. I bought a Redskin lanyard at a flea market to gift to Dr. DeLay. It was sent to his old home. It is sitting on his old playroom TV. Okay. Oh, yeah. Triskaideka is my father, by the way. If that's why he's letting, yeah. Here's the 2-2. Right down the middle. Strike 3. 1 out. All right. That's going to bring up Yastrzemski. He's 0 for 3 today, batting .267, OPS of 859. Does have a strikeout. By the way, pitching for the Padres is Andrew Morjon. I think it's Morjon. I think I rolled my R for the first time in my life just then. That's going to be in there. Strike 1. I cannot roll R's. ERA of a 1.93. Man, I need to remember how I did that. I will not. I will fail. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside ball 1. What kind of name is Triskaideka? Well, my last name is German, actually. But Triskaideka is, I believe, the fear of number 13. Here is The 1-1 that's going to be fouled back. What does Triskaideka mean? I know you're going to be so ticked at me now. Triskaideka. I know it has something to do with 13. I just literally cannot remember. I guess you have searched your heart. Okay. Yeah. I need to see the Star Wars re-release, but I think I only have till tomorrow. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be outside ball 2. I might not be able to do it, actually, because I'm working tomorrow, and then I'm supposed to probably call a game. Oh, I don't know. That's going to be tough. I don't know if I'll be able to make it. That's a bummer now. I'm actually sad. I won't be able to see the re-release. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be outside ball 3. He's walking off like he struck him out there. And the crowd is going to let the umpire know that they don't like that, but that ball was outside. It is Latin for 13. Triskaidekaphobia. Oh, yeah, duh. I'm sorry. Here's the 3-2. Oh, grounded right back to the pitcher, but it gets past him, but the shortstop's there, and he makes a play for out number 2. What a unfortunate for Yastrzemski. He's kind of groaning there at the end. Got past the pitcher, but Bogarts was just pretty much right there for out number 2. All right, that's going to be Adames here. He's 2 for 3. He has 2 runs in this one. He also had the home run in the, was that the 6th? That's in there for a called strike. Two for 3, solo home run, a double. He has scored 2 runs. So pretty good night for him. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be inside ball 1. Another inning for Giants where they do nothing. It does appear that way, Edward. It really does. But again, I think it'll be a pretty exciting finish. Even if it's 5-4, if it finishes at that, it's been great. It's been a great game. Here's the 1-1, and that one is fouled back. We can see that movie this weekend if you want. I will be home. No, it ends this Wednesday. Wednesday's the last day, I believe. Sadly. 1-2 count here to Adames. Here's the pitch. In there, strike 3 on a pitch right down the middle. So we head to the bottom of the 7th, where the Padres still lead 5-4. All right, the Twins and the Indians are tied 1-1 in the top of the 9th. Mariners 5, Angels 1 in the bottom of the 7th. Dodgers up 7-1 over the Marlins in the top of the 5th. Yankees up 15-3 over the Orioles. Up as in they beat them. Royals beat the Rays 3-1. The Red Sox beat the Blue Jays 10-2. Mets beat the D-backs 8-3. Brewers over the White Sox today 7-2. My scoreboard just reset. Dang it. Rangers over the Athletics 15-2. I don't remember if I said that or not. I'm sorry. Astros over the Tigers 6-4. Braves over the Rockies 8-2. Phillies over the Nationals 7-6. And the Pirates broke an MLB record today, scoring 75 runs to beat the Cubs 75-0. Go Indians. Heck yeah. JT Snow is better, not by much. JT Snow. I thought that guy was a hitter. Oh, who do you think was a better? I'm sorry, I just now saw this. I thought you were talking to the JT Snow or Brandon Belt. I remember JT Snow from like 2K6, but I'm going to have to pull up the stats. Brandon Belt was a guy that I don't think he ever reached his potential. So I guess he never really was that guy. So let me go ahead and pull this up here as we do another search here. JT Snow, 273, OPS of 807. And they didn't really go for walks back then. Whoa, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm glad. Looking like I don't think Brandon Belt even touched those numbers, to be honest with you. Brandon Belt. He's it's Nacogdoches. That's not too far to where I currently live. 261. Well, I guess, okay, I guess he did. Huh. Had 1 year where he popped off for 29 home runs. I'm sorry, guys. I thought Brandon Belt. I was not familiar. All right, strictly as a Giant, I guess it was Brandon Belt. Looking at the stats again, that's just a casual's point of view. I do apologize. I'm just a casual. All right, here is Arias. That's going to be down low for ball one. Machado is up soon, by the way. Machado is up next. But yes, no, I would say Brandon Belt. But again, I can't. I'm not an expert. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm not an MLB expert. I cannot say I am. And that 1-0 is going to be fouled off, strike one. But yes, Machado is due up. He is 2 for 3 today. He has a run scored. He's had a good game. Okay, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. I do call random baseball games. That one is outside ball 2-1. Football season, obviously, in the fall. I'm going to definitely be calling those games. But again, don't feel like I'm going to be leaving baseball. During the week, there's no football, so I will be calling baseball until pretty much it's all over. Arias pops it up. Shallow left field. And Ramos makes the catch for out number one. Also, again, if there's any, like the Giants fans, let me know what happened to John Miller. I really wanted to listen to his call, and I couldn't find it. I'm really bummed out about it. John Miller is my favorite baseball commentator. Him and Greg Brown. Greg Brown is of Pittsburgh, or the Pittsburgh commentator. They do a great job. Really was looking forward to listening to him, and unfortunately I did not. So I don't know if he's still here or not. Machado's at the plate. He swings and misses a ball in the dirt. Why was Brandon Belt called the baby giraffe? I could not tell you, Sean. I do not know. JT Snell was better first baseman. His fielding percentage was better, and his decision-making was better. Okay, Trisk. I'm sorry, okay? Jeez. It's making me look bad in front of everybody. That's going to be inside ball one. All right, I guess it was JT. I don't know. I just look at offensive numbers. I have the Billy Bean mindset. Offense. Of course, that mindset has not led him to any success. That's going to be low ball two. And obviously, A's don't have a great payroll. I know that. I say that with all respect to Billy Bean. You know he doesn't have a lot to work with. Here is the 2-1. Oh, big swing and a miss. Strike two. Machado with a huge cut on a hanging slider. Just missed it. 2-2 count. This is Rodriguez, by the way, pitching for the Giants with a he is not allowed to run this year. 2-2 count to Machado. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a line drive to left field. And oh, what a catch by Ramos! I didn't mean to yell there. I'm sorry. What a jump. I'm not kidding. He literally on his looking back and just perfectly times the jump. That one would have been a double. But a great play by Ramos prevents Machado from getting on there. Sean asked you was the best. Yeah, I know that. Okay, I'm sorry. This Trisk is pretty hard on you. You just retracted your comment. I can't see it now. Here is the first pitch there, strike one. Sorry, Detroit fan, that's tough. But no, I couldn't tell you why he was called the baby giraffe. That's going to be inside. Ball one almost hit him. Oh, they're saying it did hit him. The Giants commentators are saying he sold that. The Giants manager is now on the phone. Trisk is pretty hard, and he doesn't Trisk know you're a doctor. No, he doesn't. He has no respect for what I've accomplished. None. So the Giants are challenging that. So they believe it was more of a flop here. Let's see here. So that pitch again, that was pretty. Oh, it may have grazed his hair. He does make his teeth grimace. So I think He may have like faked it. He may have thought it was going to hit him. Let's see. Oh, that's so close. Oh, I think it did touch his skin. Oh, it did. Giants must lose. Don't apologize for narrating with passion. All right, you're right. You're right. Will the Giants win? Oh, it's a great game, Julius. I'm not going to lie to you, man. This one's been the Padres have been pretty much leading the whole game, but the Giants have fought their way back here, and it's a great game. This is a great game. I really couldn't tell you. After review, the ruling on the field stands. So they use their challenge. They are out of challenges. So it did hit them. Nuggets are going to win, and the Padres squeak one out. Nuggets are up 72-59 with 10:53 left in the third quarter. So the Nuggets looking pretty good today. I asked you asked AI. All right, fair enough. AI has spoken. Is AI wrong, though? All right, runner on first. Here is Bogaerts, Xander Bogaerts. He is 1 for 3 on the day. He has come across to score. Batting .245 on the year. 663 OPS. Again, Sheets is on first due to the hit by pitch. Here's the 0-1. And this one is fouled to the left. Again, if you do like sports, everyone, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Call as many games as I possibly can. If I'm not working and my family's all good, I will be in front of this camera calling a random baseball game. And if you're a football fan, then it's a no-brainer. Definitely hit that subscribe button. That's a curveball in the dirt. Ball 1. But we'll worry about football, I guess, in August. Brandon's nickname was due to his long limbs and height. Then shortly thereafter, a baby giraffe was born at the Park Zoo and named Brandon, I think. Interesting. Ball 2. I actually have been to the Lufkin Zoo. I thought he was from Nacogdoches, though. I don't know. Lufkin Zoo is not exactly the greatest zoo in the world. 2-2 count. That's going to be a pickoff attempt, and he is back in time. Thank you, Trisk, for answering that. I guess I should have looked it up. I was lazy there. 2-2 count here from Rodriguez. Here's the pitch. Bogaerts sends this one to left, and it is gone! Home run! Padres! Xander Bogaerts with his first home run of the year. And that'll put the Padres back on top by 3, 7-4. So a touchdown for the Chargers and 2 safeties for the Niners. And I do apologize if you're a Chargers fan that hates the fact that they left San Diego. I can definitely I hate that with you, but I will always think of them as the San Diego Chargers. So 7-4 here. Padres now leading. In steps in Iglesias. That's going to be low ball 1. So a lot of pitchers coming in tonight with, really good ERA, but they're allowing runs. That's going to be in there, a called strike. That is fascinating. Bum Giants. Xander Bogaerts finally shows up and puts the team on his back. Sorry, Simone. I don't know if you're mad as a Giants fan or just talking trash as a Padres fan. I guess you can never really tell. Like, I hate on the Steelers. You'd think I hate the Steelers with a passion, but no, I love the Steelers. 2-1 count here to Iglesias. Here's the pitch. Iglesias sends this one left. That's high, but foul. How would you look up nickname info? Is there a book about that, or would you ask the Snapgram? Probably the Snapgram. Yeah, no, Xander Bogaerts finally getting a home run across this year. 2-2 count here to Iglesias. That's going to be outside ball 3. WTF Giants. Yeah, it's tough. Or Insta chat or Facial book. What is that? Sounds bad. Giants are making you. Oh, they lost your money. 3-2. Chopper foul. Yeah, no. Sports bettors in this chat for some reason have a terrible record. So if you tell me, if you're watching the game and you have a bet on, for some reason, I get a lot more dang it's than it hit. Ground ball to short. Throws to first. Oh, and Wade can't come up with it as it was a one-hopper to the bag. Oh, man, it's not a good throw. He had plenty of time, and he's bad. Yeah, he's like, well, yeah, no, it's on me. I love that, though, in the NFL when a receiver drops it, and they're like, yeah, no, duh, it was definitely on you, bud. Whew, almost hit Wade in between the oh, it did! Oh, Wade. Oh, Wade's shaking it off. Oh, that's tough. It hit him. Hit him in between. That's tough. Or at least he's grimacing like he did. Boom. I think you ask the good doctor. Yeah. I don't know about that. If only I had as much knowledge. I would say I have a lot of knowledge, though, when it comes to football. Yeah, I got my degree there. 0-1 count here to Tyler Wade. He's 1 for 3 on the night. Wade is going to foul this one back. Wade stinks. That was a tough throw, though. The throw was, or I should say, tough attempt to snag it there, as the throw was not clean by any means. 0-2 count to Wade. Again, the Padres up 7-4. Wade's going to ground this one foul. So, yeah, the Padres, again, putting up 2 runs here in the bottom of the 7th, thanks to the Bogarts 2-run shot. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high, ball 1. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. I do call a bunch of random games. This one is tonight's random game. 1-2 count. And this one is going to be fouled back. Simone, bet against the team you want to win. That way you're always happy. I would bet $10 against the Pirates every game. If I lost 100 times, I would be thrilled. What is this batting average? You talking to oh, yeah, the Giants, Wade? Yeah, it's 120. Yeah, 120. And Wade for San Diego pops this one up to center. And that one is caught for out number 3. Yeah, no, Wade, yeah. Batting 120 on the year. So, not exactly playing well by any means. So, again, the Padres add 2 there thanks to the Xander Bogaerts home run. So, it's now 7-4. Padres lead. All right. Around the league, Mariners up 5-2 in the top of the 8th over the Angels. Dodgers up 7-1 over the Marlins in the top of the 6th. Indians defeating the Twins 2-1 today. The Yankees defeating the Orioles 15-3. Royals over the Rays 3-1. Red Sox over the Blue Jays 10-2. Mets over the D-backs 8-3. Brewers over the White Sox 7-2. Rangers over the Athletics 15-2. Astros over the Tigers 6-4. Braves over the Rockies 8-2. The Phillies up. They defeated the Nationals 7-6. And the Pirates put up 100 runs on the Cubs today. If you don't believe me, look up their score for sure. As, again, they won 100-0 over the Cubs. Wade from San Francisco needs to be released. Well, he definitely isn't off to a great start this year, I can tell you that. He is a MLB The Show, though. If you're on a budget, like the Pirates are in MLB The Show, you get him. Trust me. Last year, batted .260, OP on base of .380. So it looks like, I would say he's fine. He's just not. He has struggled this year for sure. But if you play MLB The Show and you're on a budget, that is your man. Him and Spencer Horwitz. But anyway, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Again, I call a bunch of random games. And tonight's random game is San Francisco and San Diego. Tomorrow, I can't really tell you what that game will be. Again, it really just depends when I get off work. If I'm not able to call a game tomorrow, I will be back, of course, later this week. You can check to see how much I've done in my live. It's not my videos, but the live, I do call at minimum 2 games a week. There was a stretch where I was just working like long shifts and I could not, but I do my best to call as many games as I possibly can. So you will not regret that subscription. The guy has 9 hits this year. Okay, maybe you're right. Okay. Here's the 1-0 to Lee. That's going to be in there, a called strike. Again, feel free to comment down below. Talk about whatever you like. Talk about the game. Talk about whatever's going on. I don't mind. I read all the. I'll try to read the whole chat. Here's the 1-1. This one popped up center. On the run is Wade from San Diego, who makes the catch for out number 1. Hey, Dr. DeLay, I know, but do you know why the Minnesota Twins have a T and C on their hats? 44% of baseball fans have no clue why they celebrate the Toledo Reds. Okay, that is not why they have that. That is it's the Twin Cities, I thought, but I mean, maybe you're right. I don't know. I thought it was just Twin Cities. Here is the pitch to Chapman. He's 0 for 3 on the night. That's going to be in there, called strike. Let's see who's pitching for the Padres here. That's going to be Adam, 0.59 ERA. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Chapman's going to ask for time. Giants here, again, they were fighting back, but right now the Padres now leading by 3. I would say it's looking like Padres have a huge advantage. That's going to be high, ball 1. Wade has had a poor season so far, but I believe he'll be able to turn around. I am of the same belief, Edward. I am. I'm not going to be as hard on him as Sean, but I mean, I would if I'm Sean, I'd be frustrated too. Again, you're 19-10. You need players. You need to be able to keep this up. It's going to be outside ball 2. I know, but you read. Everybody's laughing. Are they really laughing, though? I don't know if they are. I don't really think they are. Thank you for your... Again, I'm not going to hate on comments, Trisk. Thank you for your comment. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be outside. Strike 3! Oh, it may have come back into the zone. It may have. So 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Giants this year like the pressure. It would not surprise me if they catch up or take the lead in this game. First base, you need... I agree. You do need production from your first baseman. Again, as a Pirates fan, I don't know what production is. Brian Reynolds and O'Neal Cruz and Andrew McCutchen. That's pretty much it. Pathetic. That's going to be away for ball 1. 1-0 count here to Wilmer Flores. He's 0 for 3 on the night, batting .240. 737 OPS. He has struck out 3 times. Chapman also did strike out for the 3rd time there. That pitch is right down the middle. Strike 1. I don't know why I read that. I agree, but I leave in late night Lamont Wade. There we go. Hey, maybe he has to come up in the 9th for sure. And this one is going to be fouled back. Yeah, I don't know why I read that. Hey, I read the chat. I said I would read the chat. 1-2 count to Flores. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to be fouled back once more. So the count remains at 1-2. I hope you're right, Edward. Let's hope he busts out in May. Now, you said Angles, but I'll read it as Angels need to calm down in the Mariner game. Last time I checked, the Mariners were up. That's going to be high for strike 3. Oh, he gets another call. Oh, man. So we head to the bottom of the 8th. The Padres up 7-4 over the Giants. All right, what do we have here? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. The Mariners up 5-3 on the Angels in the bottom of the 8th. The Angels putting up 2 runs in the top of the 8th. That's why a Detroit fan there made the comment. Dodgers up 7-1 over the Marlins in the bottom of the 6th. The Cleveland Indians winning today over the Twins 2-1. Yankees defeating the Orioles 15-3. Royals over the Rays 3-1. Red Sox over the Blue Jays 10-2. Mets over the D-backs 8-3. Brewers over the White Sox 7-2. Rangers over the Athletics 15-2. Astros over the Tigers 6-4. Braves over the Rockies 8-2. Phillies over the Nationals 7-6. And the Pirates with a historic performance, a performance you would only see in a video game. The Pirates scoring 127 runs to defeat the Cubbies today. 127-9. So really great. Again, if you don't believe me, feel free to look it up or check the ticker below. It might say Cubs 9, Pirates nothing, but I think that is a error. So again, feel free to comment. Again, I enjoy talking. It really makes the game so much more enjoyable. I'm not putting any pressure on you guys. I'm just saying when I'm interacting, it just definitely makes the game fun. It really does. And this is a great game on its own, but it definitely just makes the time go by faster. It makes it's a great time. Again, interacting with a bunch of sports fans from across the nation. It's really cool. I know we all have our differences when it comes to sports, I'm sure, but again, this is just a chill atmosphere. I'm sure I'll probably get into debate one day down the road, but it's just fun. So if you like sports, hit that subscribe button. I do call a bunch of random games. You can look at my live, look at all the stuff I've done there, and you don't have to. If you don't believe me, that's where you can look at my resume, I guess, for this YouTube, my young YouTube career. It's free. If you're wondering why, hey, I don't know, money's tight. It is free. I made sure that YouTube would not charge you for a subscription. The wind must have been blowing out at Wrigley. Yeah, extremely windy today. 45. Yeah, only blew for the Pirates. 9 runs is still a lot of runs, but, we just kind of took advantage of that. We really got under it. That first pitch is in there to Hayward, strike one. Here's the pitch to Hayward. That's going to be inside, ball one. And Hayward having a really good day today. 2 for 3. He has a run scored and a strikeout. Yeah, gale force winds in Pittsburgh today. And we turned them off for the Cubs. And they still scored 9 runs. So there you go. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be outside, ball 2. Here is the 2-1. Ground ball to Wade. He's going to toss it to Trevino for out number 1. In fact, we do have a new pitcher for the Giants, so let me tell you his ERA, and it is a 6.75, so not exactly. I'm assuming, I don't know, let me click on him real quick. He has pitched in 9 games. Okay, so he's pitched a little bit. All right, with 1 out here, in steps in Diaz. He's 2 for 3 on the day. That's going to be outside, ball 1. JJ from Detroit, imagine 45 miles per hour. If a pitcher throws 90, it's coming across the plate at 45 miles per hour like a fat pitch. That's going to be low, ball 2. I don't know if that's how it works. Trisk. What do you think of Spanky? I have no idea who this is. I'll have to look that up. 2-0 count. We are going to look that up here. Another Sean Cummings question. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be high, ball 3. How in the world? Here's the 3-0. That's going to be right down the middle. That's probably a question for Trisk now that I'm looking at it, because he played for the Pirates in the 80s and 90s. So he would tell you. Trisk, can you take over there? I'm going to ask you to do some work here. Here's the 3-1. This one is sent to right. And that is going to be out number 2. So, yeah, Trisk, you definitely were alive in the 80s and 90s here. So you're going to have to answer that one for Sean. As Mike was a great catcher, so hitter. I'm actually going to look him up here. Look up his stats as well. I went to his Wikipedia page for some reason. In steps in Fernando Tatis. He's 0 for 4. The only Padre to not reach base. I want to go ahead and lock in here for Fernando as that's a first pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. Spanky never got above 3 home runs in a year. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be low in the dirt, ball one. But again, power isn't everything. Batted 278 for Pittsburgh. OPS is 714. That's not too bad. I mean, hey, if he was good at defense, that sounds like a decent catcher. Here's the 1-1. Fernando grounds to short. Throws to first for out number 3. So Tatis going 0 for 5 today, but it doesn't seem to matter as the Padres have 11 hits and 7 runs despite him. So the Giants are down to their final 3 outs as we head to the top of the ninth. Your score, Padres 7, Giants 4. Is Trisk the doctor's assistant? Yeah, pretty much. Trisk is he steps in and he's going to be if you have a question that relates to the, I don't know, I guess 70s, 80s, and 90s, and it's baseball related, he would probably be the guy. He's not a diehard baseball fan, but he can tell you about the Pirates and tell you about some stuff that he watched in the 80s and 90s for sure. All right, possibly my final one of the night here. League wrap-up. Mariners, Angels, 5-3. Angels are at the plate. They do have 1 out in the ninth, so Detroit, you might be okay. Dodgers up 9-1 on the Marlins in the bottom of the 6th, and they have 2 runners on with nobody out. The Cleveland Indians defeating the Minnesota Twins 2-1 today. The Yankees beat the Orioles 15-3. Royals over the Rays 3-1. Red Sox over the Blue Jays 10-2. The Mets over the D-backs 8-3. The Mets are 21-9. Pretty good start for them. Brewers over the White Sox 7-2. Rangers over the Athletics 15-2. Astros over the Tigers 6-4. The Braves over the Rockies 8-2. The Phillies over the Nationals 7-6. And the Pirates did something that I thought there's no way that's real. But they did. They won 257-9 today over the Cubs. Really great stuff. Really great stuff by the Pirates. My voice is dying here. Was Sid Bream on the Pirates or the Braves? Sid Bream is familiar. That's the Braves. That's the Braves guy, isn't it? Isn't that the guy that slid home? Yeah, that's the guy that slid home. So he played for both. Sid Bream's the guy, though, that decided to, you know what? Hey, this MLB franchise that I played for, you're good. You don't need to do anything else for the rest of your time. Literally, they have not. All right, again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. I call random games, including this one. As here's Ramos here. Again, the Giants needing 3 runs to keep this one going. That first pitch is outside ball 1. I got a 14-pick parlay. All I need is for the Giants to win. Yo, Casso! No, buddy, that's not good. You might want to pull out now. This one, Ramos to the warning track, and it's caught for out number 1. Is Sid Bream slower than molasses in January? Probably. He was fast enough, though, in October. Unfortunate stuff for the Pirates, just in general. I'm sorry, Ocaso. It doesn't look like you're going to hit. Here is Wade. He is 1 for 2 with the walk today. Here's the first pitch. That's going to be a called strike inside. Kind of got a call there. Umpire might want to go home. Oh, and 1 count here. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low in the dirt. Ball 1. Padres and Giants. Really great game. Again, the Giants 19-10 on the year. Padres are 17-11. Just a great battle, great game today by 2 great teams. Here's the 1-1. Wade pops it up. Machado is under it and makes the catch for out number 2. I didn't know you're the mic. Hey, Nick, how's it going? I said the D-back score so many times, and I just literally I forgot. That CTE, man, it's setting in, I guess, huh? Okay, I don't remember it. I pulled up another day. 2 outs here for Bailey. Bailey, ground ball to second. Throws to first for out number 3. Yes, Nick, I was on the mic. And I'm about to be off the mic as the Padres win today 7-4 over the Giants. And that was a pretty good. Anything can happen, Yocaso. It cannot. Not tonight. Not tonight. It's not happening. Mariners win. Padres win. I know I got to call a D-backs game sooner or later. That's got to be happening soon. And Nick, it's happening within the next week. Okay, I promise. That was a great game when I called it, too. The Cubs, D-backs. Mets being the D-backs today. That's right. All right, well, that's pretty much it for me. I will stay on if you guys want to chat for a little bit. I'm cool to stay in the chat and just talk to you guys. It's fine. When are you done with this game? Can you switch to calling the Kings Oilers? I do not have NHL. What channel is that? They lost bad. Hockey. I don't think I can. I don't think I have the channel for it. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know really much about hockey. I'm a casual hockey fan. So, I mean, all the terminology will be, it'll be really bad. But I can try. Hey, I do want to thank everyone for stopping by. If you do like sports in general, baseball, football, really my main sports. I did a little bit of college basketball for March Madness. That was fun. Hit that subscribe button. It really is. I don't know. It's fun to call games, and again, we're all just sports fans, just hanging out together. Let's see what we got here. Took me to the Nuggets Clippers. Oilers Kings. I don't know if I'll be able to do this. All right, I'm seeing it looks like they are at halftime or end of not halftime, end of the first intermission because it's a commercial break. But again, I do want to thank everyone for stopping by. Right now, I have the Nuggets game on just for fun. But yeah, no, I don't know. We'll see, Sean. I don't know if I'm going to do that. We'll see. But again, I do want to thank everyone for stopping by. Hit that subscribe button if you like sports. If you're just if you enjoyed what you see, hey, this is the place for you. If you want to see hockey, turn on next Tuesday night NXT and just imagine the mic is a puck. Yeah, I don't know about that. But yeah, Nick, I will definitely try to do a D-backs game sooner or later. Again, thank you everyone for watching. I'll stay in here for a little bit if the chat's still lively. Sean, I don't know if I'm going to do a hockey game. It doesn't. If there was one on right now, let me go back. Yeah, they're doing like an intermission report. But all right, I think I'll probably call it there. I do want to thank everyone for stopping by. Again, hit that subscribe button. Who won the Stanley Cup? I can go ahead and give a casual's point of view. Again, my Penguins are just again, I'm a casual Penguins fan, but I did get to see a Dallas Stars Pittsburgh Penguins game. That was so fun. Like that was actually one of the coolest things. I could say that was better than the Pirates Astros. I mean, just the whole environment was really cool. I will say hockey is underrated. See, I feel like in hockey, the best team barely wins. Looking at it, I would say, is Gunsel still on Carolina? Or no, he's on Tampa Bay now, I think. I'm pulling for Jake Gunsel wherever he went. The Penguins will not win the Stanley Cup. That game is TBS. Yeah, it's like it's an intermission still, Sean. I just don't think I'll do it. I'm gonna go with Vegas and Carolina Hurricanes. They've been pretty good the last few years. I know that much. All right, I will catch you guys later. I do again thank everyone for stopping by. This has been great. It's a great night. Hopefully you guys subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. And I will try to call a game tomorrow. If not, again, I will call a game next time I am available. I will see you in the next one, hopefully. Peace.